Alright, welcome again to Cooking with the Chef. And today we're going to make Italian beefs. And I'm going to show you all the ingredients, how to cut the onions, what to do with the meat, and all of that. And we're going to start with a cook's corner, which you got to remember, always wash anything you use, your knives, your utensils, your cutting boards, anything like that, and always wash your hands between different things that you use. Even though they're all going in together into the thing, you still don't want to be touching other stuff. So, okay, and first we're going to go over the ingredients. So here's all the ingredients you need. First of all, 6 cups of water for the gravy, which is called a gravy. It's not a juice. This is a gravy. Then you've got, this is a baseball-sized onion. You can use white or yellow. If you're using a grapefruit style, normal size onion, I would say go with a half of one. And then you got your shoulder roast, which I get this from a local meat market. And if you have a meat market, it's great. You can get it thin sliced, you can get it deli sliced. And we're going to open this up and I'll show you what the package is. Just beautiful seeing that packaged meat like that. That's just gorgeous. That's just beautiful. And you have to kind of break it apart. Now there's 2 ways you can do it with the meat. You can do it from a local deli, if you can find a local deli or local butcher that'll do it. I have a butcher here. And when you break it up, it looks like this. And you can see how thin the meat is. And it's going to all break up like this. Some of it sticks together. You just put it up, put it in a ball, keep the fat in it. It keeps it with flavor. You see the meat there. And we're going to be doing all the other ingredients to that here in just a moment. And then you got your meat here. That's 1 pound. I'm using shoulder roast for this. Anything with a little bit of fat in it will work. You don't want something too lean. Then you've got 1 teaspoon of basil, 1 teaspoon of oregano, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, and then half a teaspoon of crushed red pepper. Got a teaspoon of salt. Got 2 ounces of minced garlic. And then of course 8 beef bouillons. Now instead of the beef bouillons in the water, you can use beef base and buy the little cans of the beef base. This is more of the traditional recipe for the Italian beefs. For the roll, I go with, I get these at Piggly Wiggly. European Bakers white sub rolls. For a couple dollars a pack, you get 4 in them. This will make about 4 sandwiches, so it's good for 2 people. You can always double the recipe. Now, a little spice here. Spice it up a bit. You can, like I said, use white pepper and add an extra half of a teaspoon of crushed red pepper, or just double the pepper for really hot. Now this is going to come out between mild and medium hot, so it's going to be a little spicy, but with the bread, that's what offsets it. So if you really like it spicy, you're going to want to go with extra pepper or the white pepper and then the extra red peppers. Now one of the things that I could not find, it's really hard to find here, are any of the peppers you put on top of the sandwich. I could find I believe it's the Guidiero, which is different vegetables that are mixed up, but it's not something that's commonly used in most places besides Chicago. But a lot of places you find outside of there, like Red Hot Experience and those places, will put a sweet pepper, sweet Italian peppers, or hot Italian peppers. I could not find those here. So here's your ingredients. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut the onion. Okay, and with cutting the onion, of course, I'm going to score it down like I did. Do it into quarters like I do in the other videos for onions. And do it like that. And with a small onion like this, you usually go to the top of the blade. And I've already pre-cut some of it, so you see how it comes out there. Some onions are extremely potent, so you may have some trouble with your eyes for that for a minute. Alright, and we're going to cut it down to the last slice. I'm doing it slow slices. Alright, and here's your onion. You want to kind of break it up. And we're going to transfer it to a plate. Put the knife and cutting board to the side. So there's your onion pieces. You want to break them up. Okay, now that we've shown you the ingredients and I've cut up the onion, I'm going to show you what to do with everything else. Now, first of all, we got to start with which is the gravy. And we're going to put the 6 cups water into a pan. You want to get it on high because you want it to boil. Alright, then you're going to take your 8 bouillon cubes that you have. You're going to put them in the water. And we're going to stir them up. Alright, as that heats up, those will start to break up. Okay, and then we're going to go work on the dry rub. And with the dry rub, you're going to need your meat. Then you're going to take all of your spices. And you're going to combine them all together. So we're going to pour all the spices together. And half of this is going to go with the meat. And the other half of this is going to go into the gravy. Alright, there's your pepper, your red pepper, your salt, your oregano, and your basil. Alright, we're going to take that, we're going to shake that up and mix it up a little bit. Okay, and then we're going to go with the garlic. Now we're going to take half this garlic and we're going to pour it out on the meat. And we're going to take the other half of the garlic and save it for the gravy. Now all of it will be going in once you get the meat in. Now you just want to rub this through the meat. It doesn't have to be exactly on all of it. I'm just going to loosely rub it on. Now if you would prefer not buying pre-sliced meat, you can go into your local store and get a roast, slice it very, very thin after you cook it. Cook it with the broth. You'll still want to do the dry rub on the top of it. Alright, we mix that in a little bit and put the dry rub. Now you want to shake about half of it on top of it. You want to make sure you get some of the smaller pieces, and you want some of the salt and pepper to get in there. And then you just mix that out throughout the meat. Just rub it onto it. Now you do not have to do this with the meat, you can just throw the meat right in, but this also adds flavor to it. See how those strips fall apart? Alright, once you get all the meat all ready to go, all the garlic on it, most of this will fall off the meat once it hits the water anyway. Okay, and then once you do that with the meat, we're going to take the rest of these spices. Well, first we're going to take the garlic. Those bouillon cubes are just about broke up. We're going to scoop that garlic, take the juice and all, and just scoop it right in. Stir that in. And you're going to take the rest of your rub and you're going to sprinkle it in and mix it in. Okay, after you mix in all your spices from your dry rub, the bouillons are just about broke up. You're going to have your onions ready, and you want to put it on high. We'll put a cover on it for a moment, and we're going to let that come to a boil before we add the onions.